Hello, welcome to Undisputed Boxing. We've got some breaking news. AJ versus Usyk is on, finally. 25th of September. Just thought we'd do a quick video, early thoughts. Here with Rick. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the section, either negative or positive. It's all good. Always good to have a debate. Well, we've obviously been waiting for this news for weeks and weeks now. But yeah, what are your first thoughts, Rick?
Probably a bit like you, just glad it's done and official. I know that doesn't mean they're actually, we've had official announcement, not gone right, but you know, Joshua was meant to have fought in like May, then it got moved to kind of July, August, and now September. But at least we've got a fight, and you know, it's not the fight we wanted, but you know, it's probably still in the top 5 people I'd like to see him fight. You know, probably Wilder and White might be a bit ahead of that, but you know, this is still a very, very good fight. Glad it's in England. Not going to be able to go myself because I've already got other commitments. Bit gutted. Able to though. You're in London, and yeah, it's good for the fans that it's in London. Yeah,
it's actually it's going to be quite nice, isn't it? Having I guess, you know, something of a, well, not necessarily homecoming. Obviously, he's, you know, fought with a crowd before, but you know, since the pandemic. But hopefully, it'd be good to get a really big crowd in the stadium. What's your sort of?
Is it Povetkin last time he fought in front of a British crowd?
Well, where did he fight? Oh my God, forgetting who he fought. Pulev. Where was that?
Well, when I say British crowd, I mean a big crowd.
Yeah,
he's fighting the over 1,000. But this is the first time he's fought in, like, you know, a big crowd since Povetkin at Wembley, which was ages ago. Because me and you were in Italy togethave a wedding, weren't we? We went watching it. Then he fought in York. Then he fought in. Because I think that was like in a September. Might have been in October. And then he fought in, you know, New York, then Saudi Arabia. Big gaps in between. And then, you know, he did fight in London, but only in front of 1,000 people. So
yeah.
You know.
So it's going to be good. So hopefully we can get the big crowds back for this one, and the latest events is not going to scupper any of that. And I don't know, whenever there's a Matchroom or a Hearn fight that is announced, I do have a little bit more faith that it is going to happen. You know, this time. So yeah, it'd be good to just, you know, get him out there or get him out. Hopefully he can deal with him. I think he will do. I think Usyk's, you know, last couple of performances haven't been great at heavyweight. I think he's still got he hasn't really been that convincing at heavyweight. He's going to be undersized. Although I know he has been bulking up a little bit of late, but I think that will potentially take away one of his key attributes, which is movement and speed they don't normally have over AJ. So I don't know, be interested. It's going to be an interesting fight. But another great name to get on the resume if AJ can get the job done, I think.
My early thoughts are similar in a sense. You know, I've seen him bulking up. I think that is probably the wrong tactic. It's just, it's going to probably be quite a technical fight. I think Joshua will have to, might be a bit of a Parker fight.
Yeah.
Might go for a little bit more because probably doesn't hit as hard as Parker. But he'll probably ease his way in. Joshua will respect his ability. And I think he, you know, I've heard some people like John Fury say, oh, I'll walk straight through him, but I can't quite see that. You know, I think he'll respect his ability more than his kind of how dangerous he is. And of course, Usyk will respect definitely the danger that he possesses. So it could be a quite cagey, boring fight to start with, and it actually may not be a fight overall. Sometimes it's technical up being, but who knows? Usually, there's a bit of drama with Joshua, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, and I think this is going to be the first southpaw that he's fought since Charles Martin, isn't it? I'm trying to think of the last southpaw that he fought. I think it's Charles Martin.
Povetkin?
No, Povetkin's orthodox.
My thoughts are they fill the 61,000 capacity relatively straightforward, unless you need these vaccine passports, but we don't know about that
yet. Yeah. So yeah, I guess my early thoughts. I think he could potentially catch him late, and then maybe we could be looking at a late stoppage, maybe 10 or 11. He's going to have a lot of problems, I think, for the first 2 or 3 rounds. I think you're right; it will be cagey, and he's going to have a lot of problems with Usyk's footwork and his movement. I don't think he'll have fought, a boxer as skillful as Usyk before.
Yeah,
I can't think of anybody.
I'm going at the moment. Points Joshua. I think it'd be quite tight, and I imagine it'd be one of those fights where the majority of neutrals and people will be like, Joshua did enough to win that, and then some of the haters will be, oh, Usyk was robbed.
Yeah, that's to be expected. I think the Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fanboys are going to do everything they can to kind of almost ridicule this fight and say, oh, it's a walkover job. It should go, it should run straight through him. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I don't think Fury and Wilder have been kind of falling over themselves to try and fight Usyk. So yeah, no, I'm really intrigued, and we haven't got that long to wait. 2 months.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. I mean, I was getting a bit worried. My view was if it wasn't announced this week, there's some real problems. They said they were waiting for Freedom Day. Do you think they fill the 61,000?
Yeah, no, I think they would. Yeah,
I think so. I think people are buzzing to do stuff. I think Josh hasn't fought in ages, and it is an intriguing fight. People know it. So
yeah,
I think. And what's your? I mean, I know we're bouncing around here, but it's Sky pay-per-view, the potential last fight for Joshua on Sky, but it's his last contract fight. What's your? How many buys do you think this will do?
It's a tricky one. I think prior to the Bellew fight, Usyk was relatively unknown amongst the casual fans. I think he kind of announced himself a little bit with the Bellew win. Before that, he was very much kind of known just really among the hardcores. But I don't know. I think probably 500,000 or 600,000, something like that. I don't think it's going to get to the Parker or Klitschko numbers. Not by any stretch. And I think part of that is probably because of the disappointment of him not fighting Tyson Fury. A little bit like why the Fury Wilder 3 fight commercially is probably not going to do that well, because it's a downgrade from what we were expecting.
Yeah, I still think a bit high. I mean, I think 5 and 6 are quite low for Joshua. I mean, I don't think they'll be in the millions. Like, I think he's got in the millions only a couple of times, hasn't he? Klitschko is definitely one. I can't remember what his par kind of is, but I imagine this would do similar to what Povetkin is, what Povetkin did, if not even a bit more. I wouldn't mind betting Usyk's a bit better known than Povetkin when he fought Povetkin. I also think there hasn't been. I think people do have a bit more disposable cash at the moment, and I just think people haven't been battered with pay-per-views in the UK, especially this year. No. Isn't this only the second one?
I believe it is, yeah. Was it Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah, I don't. A bit more of a hardcore fight, though. I think more. I think in terms of the main casual audience, who are the ones that will think about buying it, unlike me and you, will buy anything. I think it's only the White fight that they've had to pay for. So I don't know. I think it could do. I think it could do in the 7s, but we'll see.
We'll see. And is there any news on the undercard?
I mean, not really.
Looking at getting Huey Fury on the undercard. I heard.
Hearn's done it. Huey Fury.
Yeah, I heard they were going to try and line it up with David Price.
Yeah, Hearn's done an interview, but I've not seen it yet, and I might go on BoxRec see if there's anything else underneath, because it should be on there now. It's been announced. And it's another video we can do on the card, because usually with Matchroom pay-per-view fights, especially the Joshua ones, there is some intrigue in the undercard.
Historically, there is, yeah.
Yeah. Also, just to update everyone from our video last night, the undercard of Tyson Fury and Wilder has moved to October.
Right.
So, yeah. Which was a good.
Really good undercard. Yeah.
But let's try and look at things positively. We've not got many great fights coming up, other than probably Spence, Pacquiao. that's the main one really for me in the next month or so. But September's looking good because you're going to have a Canelo return. You're going to have Joshua, then you're going to have Fury, Wilder. So, you know, the autumn's looking a bit, late summer, autumn's looking better.
Yeah, it is looking a lot better. Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's wrap it up. I need to get back to work. All right, thanks everybody for listening.